Alright guys, welcome back. Davis Auto Sales in Richmond, Virginia. Davis Drives on YouTube. So we're doing a little drive along video today for two reasons. One, I can't get enough time over these last few days because we've been super busy. And two, I've got Christian behind the camera, which is one of our newer employees that kind of came in on the cusp of us selling a lot of commercial tow trucks. He's from the hot rod world. He understands trucks. He's had a lot of them, but he's not really from the commercial truck world. So we're going to go over a couple things as we're driving today on this truck because I needed fuel anyway. So my short schedule, I need to catch as many things at one time as we can. So we're out of fuel for one. That gauge is the fuel gauge. Also on here you have 1 and 2 for PSI. So those are the tanks. And I believe this truck actually probably has dual pumps. We definitely know it has dual tanks. And the air on this truck is going to run not only the brake system, but it also runs the air suspension in the back. And it probably, well, it definitely runs these air seats. We're both sitting on air ride seats. Hopefully the stabilization will be okay. This is a 2025, before we go too far, we're in a 2025 International MV extended cab, rollback, tow truck, flatbed, whatever you want to call it. This is what's considered a shark bed by Jerr-Dan. We'll go out in just a minute when we get to the fuel station, and I'll show you around the bed area and what that looks like and what's different about that. So inside the cab, very well appointed. Christian was just pointing out how nice these trucks are. Up here you'll notice it's got a, I guess you would consider this a satellite Bluetooth / Wi-Fi connection. That's working. I don't know if that's something you got to subscribe to. You'll notice quite a bit of USB ports here, which is great. Still has a cigarette lighter. A lot of vehicles have eliminated the cigarette lighter feature. Over here, you got a lot of extra switches for your auxiliary type things. Work lights, auxiliary switches once again, strobe lights. Over here is really neat. This is the first time I've seen these, so I don't know if this truck has extra lights or not. We'll get out and we'll try them when we get out of the truck. Should have familiarized myself instead of looking retarded on video, but we'll figure those out in a minute. Up here though, we do have a PTO switch, so it's a push button PTO. A lot of guys come from the old school pull and push. No more of that. It's a push button PTO. This is an Allison transmission truck with a Cummins diesel engine. You've got an exhaust brake. You turn that on, and as you slow down, it's going to automatically downshift for you, which saves a lot of wear and tear on the brakes, and it's also a whole lot easier on the truck just because of the fact that it's doing all the work for you. The trans mode, you have to research that again. I don't use a lot of these features, but I'm sure there's something there that locks out overdrive. Maybe it's for climbing a hill. Christian also asked a good point. We get a lot of these trucks in that do not have park. You have the parking brake, which is an air parking brake. It's very solid. It's not going to move. Not like the old school ratchet handle parking brakes. But a lot of them don't have park. That gets very confusing. People will turn them off. They're in drive. But this is a park actuated transmission. You also have a non-cigarette lighter, but a power point here. Again, a lot of vehicles have done away with that. I'll still have a lot of things, GPSs and other items that run on that, so it's important to me that a vehicle has it. Gauge here is going to be your transmission temperature. Very well appointed. On this side, you're not going to see it very well, but this truck has a push button lowering system for the rear air suspension. You literally pull up to your spot where you're going to tow, you hit that button, it lowers down, so the approach angle of the truck is a whole lot better for a low vehicle. Combined with the bed I'm getting ready to show you on this truck, you're at the most amazing point that you could possibly be at for loading a low car with a what we consider a medium duty truck. Also on this side is the lamp check where it signals all the lamps and hits those. Your headlight switches, your cruise control. You also have a very nice stereo in these trucks. This particular one is a Bluetooth ready with another auxiliary port. And it also has hand controls here, so you don't have to take your hands off the wheel when you're driving, towing a vehicle, and obviously all that kind of stuff. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, and also power adjustable mirrors and heated mirrors. So if you hit those out there, Christian, it's got the really big mirrors, so you don't have a whole lot of blind spots or any problems such as that. So as per usual, somebody's at the diesel pump with a car, but we'll get out. We'll do a quick walk around while we're trying to get fuel. Also, this truck would be considered a 5 seatbelt truck. A lot of guys have to have that for AAA and other road services, allowing you to carry the passengers in here when you're towing a vehicle. The bench seat gives you 3 passengers, though 4 people can fit across it. You only have 3 seat belts. So we're gonna jump out real quick and do a walk around on the truck. I'm gonna fire up some of these lights. So the first thing you're going to notice is the polished rails. These are still removable. These are a little bit of an upgrade compared to the steel rails. They also come to the back here to where the shark determination comes from. Might be hard to see in the video, but the bed actually has a bend in it. As that touches the ground, it gives a much more of a level swoop to get your car on there. We've been out of this shark bed option for a long time, or I say we, the manufacturers that make these, have been out for a long time. This is one of the first ones we've had in a while. We haven't even had any used ones recently with this setup. So very happy to have this 2025, which is new to us and will be new to the next owner. The switches, obviously, you can see here are turning on the work lights in the back. The strobe lights on the top. This truck has the LED lights down the bed. And then you've got your wheel lift in the back here, which comes 2 ways. You got a towing ball hole, and then you've actually got a towing ball receiver. Both manufacturers that we deal with the most have 2 options here, but this one here doesn't really get in your way. Allows you to put a ball on here. Our suggestion is to put a stem where you can change the ball sizes. That way you got all 3 options depending on your situation. You probably have a dually breakdown pulling a work trailer. This way you can tow them in both. That's 2 tow bills. So if you want to make more money, work smarter, not harder. As you can see, this one's never even been greased yet. Truck's only got a couple thousand miles on it, so it's as close to new as possible. Another feature you got right here, this is for your wireless, and it's also never been used, still has the grease in there. I love to see that. So you can plug up your wireless lights for the second vehicle to run strobe lights, brake lights, other things. You can also get an adapter to run this for some trailer lights. Galvanized drop legs, galvanized arms. It's got our mud flaps on there. Also, if you're a viewer of ours and a truck like this cuts you off, it's not us driving it. Obviously, our trucks go all over the world. We have calls almost every day where people say, your guy cut me off. Well, it's not us. It's not us driving. It's a truck that we've previously sold. Another cool thing when you fire up the PTO, these PSI gauges, nobody ever pays attention. A lot of times they're smashed and broken, but that's a good way to determine whether you have proper pressure. Everybody forgets about the filter and the condition of their hydraulic fluid. So that is something that needs to be changed. We suggest annually, if you're running your truck a lot, change the filter, change the fluid. It's just cheap insurance. The PTO is going to eventually wear out. The lines are going to wear out. You can get little pieces of debris. The cleaner you keep that, the better everything's going to function. But that's another spot right there. If you take a truck like this that's basically new and it's X pressure and you see it's different, you'll know that something's going wrong. So Christian, stay out here and watch the back of this truck from far. I'm gonna drop the suspension so you can see how that works. Literally, I just push the button. You can see how quickly it drops. Literally, by the time you walk to the controls, it's done. Tap the button the other way, it's gonna refill with air. If the vehicle's running, it's gonna quickly do it, and within 5 to 10 seconds, you're aired back up. Literally jump in your truck, get off the side of the road. Obviously, safety is a big, big deal to all tow guys. We know you risk your life every day. So the quicker you can do these features, get off the side of the interstate, the better. So we like that these things are fast, quick, and easy. All the buttons are quick and easy to push. Another feature added to this truck is a kill switch right here, where you can actually put a padlock on it. If you turn it off, lock your truck, put a lock on that. Even if they were able to bust the ignition, they can't steal your truck, so that's pretty cool. And one thing you're going to notice on this one, and no, it is not a wrap. This is factory paint from the manufacturer, flat black. I don't know if you're going to see it real well with the sun and all, but that matte flat black finish on this truck, like a chalkboard finish, is phenomenal. Another thing, this truck has dual tanks. So no matter how you pull up, if you pull up to an actual station, you can dual fuel it. Here, we're gonna catch one tank, we're gonna catch the other, we're gonna have fuel either way. Toolboxes on both sides, galvanized hangers for the toolboxes, and it's sleek. I mean, it's a good looking truck. If you don't like flat black, it's not for you, but this truck's will stand out in anybody's fleet because of the fact I haven't seen another one yet. I haven't seen a shark bed forever. Jerr-Dan products, phenomenal. It's one of the best that we sell. Miller falling in there, and of course we do Danco. Those are our top 3 sellers as far as manufacturers go. Alloy wheels, Continental tires, the newer front end, which came out in 23, so it's basically as new looking as you can get, though this is a 25 model. No, we're not in 2025 yet. This isn't a futuristic video. The model years changed very early on these trucks, so this is a 2025. And every option that you need. We're going to splash some fuel in it and get it up the road. We always try to do a 20 or 30 mile drive. Even though these trucks are new, anything can go wrong. They can be rattles, they can be lights. We got to stop by the Hino dealer and pick up a Hino that's ready that came in that did have a check engine light. They took care of it for us. It was a sensor. So anything can happen, new or used, or no matter how new the truck is or used. And this Cummins MV International is going to be a perfect truck for somebody. So stay tuned. We'll try to drop you guys some more content. And if you are a starter as far as using these trucks, we will bring you another operational video here very soon. We had a lot of good feedback from that. We know some guys are starting in this business. I just came back from the dentist, so I'm biting my tongue a little bit there, so not slurring my words. I'm not drunk today. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We thank you for the support. We thank you for all the follow-up. Don't hesitate to comment. If you see something you want more content about, or you have questions about any of our trucks for sale, just reach out anytime. Myself, Christian, or anybody in the office will be happy to help you. Davis Auto Sales, Richmond, Virginia.